In this video I'm going to show you how to flush and clean your cooling system. So this should be the reservoir for the coolant, and in the front of the car you should have the radiator somewhere. So to flush and clean the system, first we are going to use two of this total cooling system cleaner. I will put one bottle of this right now inside the container. Make sure that the engine is cold, not to burn yourself, and then drive the car for a few miles. After driving a few miles, like 10 miles or so, and keep the car cool down, so we can flush the coolant from the system. To flush the coolant, you will find this under the car. This should be the fan, and here this should be the valve for the coolant. You will rotate this counterclockwise, and the coolant should drain from here. Make sure to have an appropriate container that has the volume required, as much as the volume in the system itself. In this case, for Mazda 3 2006, the volume of the coolant is about 2 gallons. It is exactly 7.9 quarts. It's about 2 gallons. So we will make sure to have the container that is suitable for 2 gallons of fluid. I have here these 3 containers, and this should be enough. So open this valve, and also open this cap for the coolant reservoir, to let the air go inside the system so it will come faster. Here it is draining. I'm using this funnel to make sure that it will go to the container. Keep it drains till it ends, and finish all of the coolant inside the system. The first container is almost full, so I'm going to use the second one. You may also use an empty milk container, 1 gallon. If you have any empty milk container with a volume of 1 gallon, you can use the funnel to make it full of the oil, full of the coolant, and make it ready for recycling. So after flushing the coolant and drain all of the coolant inside the system, you have two options. The first one is to fill the cooling system by distilled water, and add one more bottle from the flush and clean, the yellow bottle I used, and use the car for a few miles, and then put the distilled water inside the system one more time, and repeat these steps till you will find that the distilled water comes from the system clean as much as possible. But in my case right now, the colored water, the coolant itself, came from the car with a nice green color. You can see here this nice green color, so I don't need to repeat the flushing and the cleaning process multi times. I will just put the 50-50 pre-diluted antifreeze and coolant that matches with this car, and this car should take like 2 gallons. and I have here the 2 gallons ready. So let's put it in the reservoir. Before putting the coolant, make sure that you closed the valve, the drain valve in the radiator.